The 7 hour time frame is used to simplify daily profiling into 3 separate candles. This lesson here will be more focused on sharing the logic and the numbers behind why this is done. If you're not interested in that and the data behind it, you can move on to the next lesson, which focuses on the actual process of daily profiling with the 7 hour chart. However, if you are interested, this is what we look for in the 7 hour time frame. We split it up between 3 candles, which is the 18 candle, the 1 o'clock candle, and the 8 o'clock candle. The 18 candle goes from 18 to just before 1 o'clock. This is what we consider the Asia session, or what most would consider the Asia session. This is really how we treat Monday in the weekly range. The 18 candle is that in the daily range, where we're pretty much just avoiding it. You can see that it's really low volatility and we don't expect much to happen here, and you'll see why in the process that is important. The 1 o'clock candle, we have that first volatility driver of the day with London open at 3. This encapsulates 1 o'clock to just before 8 o'clock, what most would consider the London session. Volatility begins to pick up and we could see potential entries taking place here, but because the market is generally slower, we apply a higher time frame, which you'll see in the entry logic section. And of course, the 8 o'clock candle goes from 8 o'clock to 15 right at the close of the New York session. And this is what most would consider the New York session here. We really focus on the opening hours of this candle. You can see the volatility starting to spike because of 8:30 news, the 9:30 open, 10 o'clock news. It's all very saturated in those opening hours. This is where we can use a slightly lower time frame alignment because the market moves so quickly and a lot of our opportunity exists here. The first data point, which is considered important for the 7 hour time frame and daily profiling, is the percentage of time each individual 7 hour candle forms the reversal for that day. We use expansion daily candles, so we excluded any days that were ranged or did not classify as an expansion. Now here we're looking at a reversal as if it was a bullish expansion day, it would be the low of the day. If it was a bearish expansion day, it would be the high of the day. The 18 candle forms that reversal 40% of the time, the 1 o'clock candle 21% of the time, and the 8 o'clock candle 39% of the time. This is something that really is important to understand because we have a profile that classifies an 18 candle reversal, which most people may not trade because it's considered the Asia session and it's odd to see reversals occurring at that time. But we have a specific protocol, which you will see in the next lesson, that covers that reversal for 40% of the time. The rest is very standard London and New York reversals, taking up about 60% of the time. The next data point is the percentage that each 7 hour candle takes up in an average expansion day. So the 18 candle on average takes up about 17% of that daily range, the 1 o'clock candle about 24%, and then the 8 o'clock candle at 59%. That is a significant difference. And you can see from that first graph that you were looking at that the volatility changes quite drastically when you get to the New York session because of those volatility drivers. And this is a great showing that this is really where you want to be participating, or at least holding your trades through these hours, because this is taking up the majority on average of that daily expansion candle. The final data point, which I believe is also extremely important to understand, is the percentage of time that each 7 hour candle closes in the same direction as the daily candle close. So the 18 candle closes in the same direction as the daily 58% of the time, the 1 o'clock candle 62% of the time, and the 8 o'clock candle, again, we see that really big jump up here at 83% of the time. It closes in the same direction as that expansion daily candle close. Now, that is something that is an outlier when we look at the 18 candle and the 1 o'clock candle. Sure, they're slightly above 50%, which is great, but they're right around that neutral point where we see 83%. That's a big difference. And that shows the 8 o'clock candle is most likely to be the continuation, forming the body of that expansion daily candle. This here, if you've noticed a trend, the 8 o'clock candle is extremely important. It's where you want to be participating a lot of the times. It's where you want to be holding your trades, and just over time, based on data, it's going to be resulting in your best trades.